Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Iesha Lynn, aka Naturally Aie, and thanks for tuning in with me. Today we're gonna get into the first of 3 videos I have for you from my birthday trip to New Orleans. So without doing too much, let's jump right on into it, okay? And before we do anything else, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with everything related to curls, beauty, and travel here on my YouTube, as well as checking out IeshaLynn.com for more curls and travel. All right. So let's jump right on in to this review of, this one is going to be, as the title says, it's flight and safety, flight and hotel safety. So basically what I encountered traveling during coronavirus, you know, going to New Orleans. Now what I will say is that we also traveled in between like 2 hurricanes / tropical depressions, flew between Hurricane Sally, and then I think Beta was also a hurricane. So we were literally in between 2 hurricanes, 2 storm systems. So it rained the entire time, pretty much the whole weekend that we were there. But let's just jump right into how I felt about flying. We flew a Spirit from Fort Lauderdale right into Louis Armstrong. So for flight preparation, I kind of made sure that I wanted to be fully covered head to toe. I did not care that it was 90 degrees here in Florida. I was in full, I was in like yoga pants, a full hoodie. I had my mask on, I had sunglasses on. I made sure that I was completely, well, as covered as I could have been. And that was just so that I know that when I come off of the airport, I can, you know, kind of just take off a couple of layers and feel like I don't have like germs, you know, just resting on me. That was my, you know, crazy thought process. I did carry a ton of wet ones and sanitizer. They did let me in with my massive bottle of sanitizer. I think it's like a 12-ounce bottle. You are allowed to bring in whatever size sanitizer that you have, as long as it's 1 per person, and TSA, they are going to, you know, pull it out of your bag, and they're gonna and they just test it real quick. It's super simple. So I took that, and I had wet ones, so I've done like the buckles and our hands and just the back of the seats and everything like that. Of course, we were masked up the entire flight. There was no taking off your mask, you know, unless you're having a beverage, but you know, or eating something, but your mask was on the entire time, like from the minute that you step foot on the plane. Even when you're just sitting there on the tarmac, everyone's masks are on. The flight itself wasn't full when I booked it. It was literally empty. It was me, my friend, my boyfriend, and maybe like 4 other people. Once I actually got on the flight, it wasn't as full as I thought, but I was still surprised to see that many people on a flight. And they were seating every other, unless, you know, you're in the same party. But everybody, it was every other seating. I had heard that they were not going to be offering like beverages and snacks on flights, but they still definitely offered it for us. So that was a little bit weird because you're giving people a reason to take off their masks. The flight's only like an hour and a half, but Spirit does what Spirit does. So overall, how did I feel about the flight? There and going, honestly, I didn't feel like it was that bad. I kind of felt like the flight was a little bit crowded coming on the way back. But again, we did fly during a couple of hurricanes. I don't know if that has something to do with it. We went back in the middle of September. Overall, I felt relatively safe. What I would remember to do next time, because I didn't remember to do it this time, is just pack extra socks. So you need to take off your shoes, you know, like you're not walking. I definitely forgot to do that because I don't like to wear socks, so I forgot to pack socks. So that was a thing for me. But otherwise, regarding the flight, we're on the flight, I had no problems. I think that taking flights that are a little bit longer, like a 4-hour flight, 6-hour flight, wearing a mask the whole time, I could see why some people would be uncomfortable with that. But you know, if you really need to get on that flight, you will do it. You will definitely do it. So that's the flights. Moving on to the hotel. So our hotel, we stayed, where did we stay? I forgot where we stayed. What hotel did we stay at? Hold on. The Hyatt. I don't know why I forgot that. So we stayed at the Hyatt in downtown New Orleans, a beautiful hotel, completely empty. I swear, we flew in on like a Thursday afternoon. We did not see anybody until Sunday night, the day before we left. Like, there was nobody in the hotel. It was completely empty. Absolutely loved it. Recommend it highly. They do have masks available for you in the lobby. They do have tons of sanitation points throughout. Okay, so the way that the hotel is set up, it's very large. Unfortunately, I don't know why I don't have a video of us entering, but I have the video of us leaving the hotel. So it's a little bit backwards. But you're gonna see that where the hotel rooms are, it's kind of a long way from the lobby. That's because it's attached to like a convention center. I don't know if it's attached exactly to, it's not attached to the Superdome. It's not, but it's attached to like another hotel, and it's just a very, 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 very big hotel. So there's a bunch of like conference spaces that the public can just hop on the escalator and walk right up to, and then you walk a little bit further to get to the hotel elevators for the guests. But all that, there are sanitation points throughout all of that. They have the little markers, stating, keep your social distancing, maintain 6 feet, no more than 4 in the elevator. That was never a problem because there was only one time that we got an elevator with somebody else, and it was like, we're in or something, you know what I mean? But it was completely fine because the hotel is empty. The hotel was completely empty. Hotel did have a pool. Pool was closed. Well, it's supposed to be open on the weekends, but I guess because of the hurricane, it was just completely closed. All the restaurants were closed. I think there's like 4 or 5 restaurants and bars inside the hotel itself. They were all closed except for Starbucks, which is, obviously disappointing, but it makes sense. Just, that's just the way it is. Everything is pretty much closed except for, a little breakfast spot if you want it. They have like vending machines, but I mean, you're so close to all the food, and we're gonna get into the food and the drinks and everything like that in a separate video. I'm gonna link it somewhere above here for you guys, but you're so close to everything that it's okay that there's really no food. There really wasn't any food in the hotel itself. They do require that you wear masks in all public places. They, went over, there are multiple signs saying that they do extra cleaning on all the high contact surface areas. Like I said, I definitely saw people like wiping down like those tables at Starbucks multiple times, even though nobody was sitting at them. So I can definitely vouch, like, yes, people were actively cleaning. And then me personally, I wrote this down, but they had the remote in plastic. Like everything was basically in plastic, so that way I guess when the housekeeper comes, it's easy for them to just rip that off and just apply a new one. But for me personally, because I'm crazy, I always bring my own sheets, pillowcases, and towels. That's something that I've always done because my mother taught me that, so that's not new for me. I always do that. We had bought brand new sheets actually for this trip, but we had too much going back, so we actually had to leave them there. But it's easy when you get to the room. You just strip the bed, put your pillowcases on, your sheets on, and put your towel away. And like I feel like it's a little bit more. It feels a little bit more like home when I do that. Like I said, I had like wet ones and sanitizer cloth, so I wiped down everything: handles, the phones, mini fridge, sink, shower, toilet, light switches, anything that I thought that, like if we've been drinking, we may touch this. Now is the time when we first get there to just sanitize all of it. So that's what I did. So that's a couple of the notes that I have from the flight and from the hotel safety from our trip to New Orleans. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and post the food and drinks video for you, as well as I have a video on just things to do in NOLA, and I will drop them in the description box for you guys down below. Thanks so much for tuning in with me, guys. If you have any questions regarding flights or hotels and my experience, just drop me a comment down below. But until next time, stay blessed, stay safe, stay home. I'll catch you next time.